Hello everybody and welcome to the second stage of the ALLEZ Tour de France. So, today we are heading out from Düsseldorf to Liege. It's stage 2. Tony Martin is leading the race with Rowan Dennis in second. This will be a game of echelons. Who can take yellow back? Rowan Dennis will be hungry for the yellow jersey. Bob Jungels will be hungry for yellow as well. But who has what it takes to keep the jersey? Well, let's talk through the stage. It looks to be a sprint, and Will talk us through the profile and the outlook of today's stage.
So, right from the start of the stage, still in Düsseldorf, we have our first categorised climb of the tour. So I'm sure we'll see a few people out in the break trying to get their hands on the polka dot jersey early on. Not like to see them hold on to it. Of course, we've got the intermediate sprint and then 3 more fourth category climbs towards the end of the stage before the flat run-in to Liege, which allows for the sprinters to fight it out for the first real green jersey of the tour.
Indeed, and the first road stage victory. Who's it going to be then? We have both made predictions. I've gone for Arnaud Demar, and you have gone for?
I've gone for Brian Gokar. A bit of an outsider here, but I think the incentive should be big for him. You know, he's got a lot to prove. He's had a lot of hype over him over the last few years as he's risen up through the ranks in French cycling and see on the world tour scene. So it'll be interesting to see what he can do into Liege.
For the Quick Steps Scott team there, and I've gone for Arnaud Demar because honestly, Ville de Paris is a very, very strong team. They have a very good lead out, and Arnaud Demar, man of the moment, French champion, he will be wanting to win that first stage of the Tour de France, the first road stage of the Tour de France. So let's have a look into the race and see how the breakaway is formed and who is going to be going into the breakaway. So, we are here in Düsseldorf, big city, you know, one of Germany's biggest ones. It's the 6th most livable place in the world. Did you know that? I don't think so. And this is also where the band Kraftwerk come from. Ironic because they're hit, well, the thing they're most known for is the Tour de France.
Yeah, they had the Tour de France theme tune in the UK for a long, long time.
Before it changed, when it moved to ITV.
Yes.
But we're on the banks of the Rhine, one of the longest rivers in Europe, and we're getting ready for the stage. Let's see who goes in the breakaway then, and we are off. Boom. Who is going to go in the break? Because there's a big prize at stake here. It is the polka dot jersey. I forgot to fix the Metec jersey. I'm really sorry to Noah, but we'll see who goes in the break to start off with. Who's it going to be? No one's showing interest in the moment.
Oh, there we go.
It's not going to be a sprint team. Alex Kirsch
goes in the break.
He was so active at the breakaways back at the LA Spring Classics, and he's going for it again.
He's got Valgren, Bodnar and Barter going with him.
Bodnar for Katusha came 9th yesterday.
Mullen, it's gone on the attack.
Lot of TT guys here.
Luke Rowe.
Surprised Rowe's going up here. Sakai don't have faith in Geraint Thomas by the looks of it. And Barter going away for Dimension Data. It's going to be a fierce battle for this polka dot jersey. Who do you think has what it takes to get this first point of the day?
You know, it's so close to start. It'll be interesting to see if this front group of 3 can actually hold off their chasers.
They're attacking,
I don't think they quite can, but I think it'd be interesting to see who's got the strength up this first climb.
Valgren,
and they've gone straight past them.
It's Valgren because he's got the best hill stat. First pick team there for Velo Concept. They have Fabio Aru back in the peloton waiting.
Here we go.
So here we go.
2.4 kilometers long.
The Grafenberg, and we are on with Belkov. Belkov followed by Kirsch for Team Czech Republic. They have Bob Jungels back in the peloton in white, and Belkov
he's peeled off
over for Canada, and Valgren looks to get it.
Oh, here comes Kirsch. Kirsch is going for it. It's going to be close, but Valgren's taking the first point.
He looked in his eyes, and he was angry. For Team Velo Concept, take the first mountain point of the race, and this is your breakaway. It's controlled, illuminate, control the pace. So, the breakaway 5 kilometers away from the sprint here in Mönchengladbach. They have a football team, don't they?
They do. Borussia.
Mönchengladbach. And we are getting very close to the sprint. 7 people up in this break. That means that there won't be many points for the peloton, and they're starting to chase, aren't they?
But you say this, and but the importance of these intermediate sprints in the Tour is like it might only be what 7-6 points available, but 7-6 points on every stage can be the difference between winning and losing a green jersey. So Yeah, there we go.
8 points on offer for the peloton. And it also give us a good sign of who is in good legs today. Q8 also going pretty crazy at the front. I have no idea who Q8 have. We'll find out though. And Q8 are going for a certain Caleb Ewan. Good acceleration on him. But the breakaway, they're about to get to it. Will they sprint though? Will they be bothered about this sprint? I don't know.
Be interesting to see if someone like Luke Rowe fancies stretching their legs for this intermediate sprint.
Someone like Bodnar could, because he did well on the TT yesterday. If he gets a sprint and he's lucky, he could maybe end up in green. Or high up in green. Or they sprint for it very, very late. And it looks to be Barter, but then here comes Kirsch.
I think that's Kirsch who's taken that one there.
Kirsch takes it for Czech Republic.
I don't think it'll mean a lot though. It'll just be some reputation for him.
And the peloton, oh, my bad. Hoeneweker for Cannondale looks to be in good shape here. Hoeneweker, but he's just about to get overhauled by Christoph. Oh, sorry about that. But I think Christoph took it. We don't know.
Okay, maybe not. Maybe if you...
We can't...
we see it through...
if we go for profile, we'll find out it's not windy today, so I think Roman Dennis can say goodbye. Yeah, Christoph ahead of Hoeneweker and Ewan and Degenkolb.
And Coquard, Demar, right down there.
Yeah, and that's it for the sprinters. No one else wanted to go for the sprint. Arnaud Demar in that sexy French national champions jersey for Ville de Paris. It's going to be an interesting stage. Who has what it takes to win the final sprint of the day? We'll catch you up later on. So we're coming up to the second mountain sprint of the day. Look who's up here. Jan Barter going for it again. Just after Valgren won the first climb, Valgren's behind at the moment, and Belkov runs to the front. Who do you think has got this then?
Valgren's coming around the outside. There's still just over a kilometre. There we go. Now there's a kilometre to go. And we saw Valgren go in the last kilometre on the last one from quite far behind. And he's done it again there.
Valgren.
He's got Kiers chasing him down again, but he knows that he only needs to win. He needs to win one more now, and he's secured himself a polka dot jersey.
Good job to Michael Valgren. He's done it. The whole break seems to be dead in the process of trying to get those points.
I don't know if that could be a good idea actually though, because he could have just cracked them all and then lead to them getting caught.
Yeah, and then he's almost bound to get the jersey then. But they're recovering. Ryan Mullen maybe not so much, but they are recovering and they're getting ready for the second sprint then. It's the Côte d'Henri Chapelle. And I have no idea how long it is, but this will be an interesting old climb. Kirsch then is going to lead it out for the Czech team, and split in the peloton.
Two big splits.
No one saw that one coming. The yellow jersey's behind. Oh, Tony Martin has been left out here.
He's got a few teammates back with him.
He does, but this is bad news. The green jersey's also behind. So Rowan Dennis
they've caught back onto... Yeah, they've caught back.
Rowan Dennis cannot profit on what's just happened.
Still this group back here.
Oh, another split. Von Avermaet is back. Stover is back. No real GC guys. Nicky Terpstra is back and Bonin.
Bonin in Sanad. Nothing that will really actually affect the race.
But this shows the pace is very high. It's Quickstep Scott and it's also Q8 who are doing it.
Back to there. Was there a fall?
I don't know. Maybe.
That does not look like 2 minutes to me, but
I think it's 2 minutes to the head of the peloton.
Oh right, okay.
But here we go, second sprint then, and it's an attack from Luke Rowe.
And he's died off.
Valgren's going a lot earlier than he would have before, but if
There's still over a kilometre to go, and someone's dropped off the back.
I believe that would be... Oh, Canada. Jan Barter's gone, and Belkov's gone. They're all dead.
Here we go, Valgren's going to go for it. He's going to wait for that kilometre to go sign. Oh no! Ooh. He looked like he'd cracked there.
Kirsch as well, holding the wheel.
He's gone.
There comes Bodnar. And Bodnar, can he overhaul Luke Rowe?
Oh, this could be interesting. If one of these two can get the next climb as well.
And
he's almost let him have it there.
Yeah, he let him take the turn to the top of the hill. Bad timing, if you ask me, from Luke Rowe. Almost
but
he's
got the point. He's got what we needed.
And there's a split in the break, and I think
no surprise there really. I think it was always going to happen. They should just be able to survive until the next climb. I think they've got a 2 minute gap over 15 kilometres.
This is what they call a potato chase in French. You're sort of halfway between both groups, but there's no real point of trying to chase back on because there's no real value of it. As Wiener Anacona goes behind, he was pulling some amazing turns earlier, But this group's still towards the back, and some
Stuyven just hanging on.
Yeah, lots of people struggling in this high pace.
Stannard looks to.
He's back though. He's back. That's what matters. And Katusha hanging around in the back.
There's a lot of chasing going to have to go on the left-hand side of the road there.
Bonifacio. Oh, another split, and Tony Martin.
Oh,
not learning.
Back on just again. He's not placing himself well in the peloton. Is
Neither is Rowan Dennis, and the whole of that Lotto team. They were thinking they were going to go for their GC guy, who I can't remember, by the way. I'm sorry. But now I think they're focusing on Dennis because he keeps on being poorly positioned towards the front of the towards the back of the peloton.
And the gap's down to just 40 seconds now.
It's looking good for Valgren, and I think he will be the first polka dot jersey wearer
I don't
in the race.
expect to see him putting any turns in now. To be honest, I don't think he really needs to. Luke Rose pulling hard on the front because he knows he wants to go equal with Valgren. And
then who knows what will happen.
I'm not sure how it works who gets the polka dot jersey.
Me neither.
Then, but
I thought it might be GC or something, but I don't know, to be honest. And Valgren's higher in GC if that is the case. But Kirsch then is going to lead them out into the next climb, and it's 45 seconds. The peloton could get them over this. And Rick Zabel's pacing, despite the fact Tony Martin was struggling.
1k to the bottom of the climb. So, and Luke Rose gone. Luke Rose set it all off.
In that white Sky jersey.
But he's now sat off and let Kirsch take over as they come 1 kilometre.
Oh, there comes
Kirsch
Bro.
has sat down.
And
Valgren blocked him.
And Valgren's got it. Mullen will take the points, maybe.
Ooh, I don't know. It looks like Valgren's going to go.
Valgren's being blocked very, very badly on the climb.
Oh, here comes Kirsch.
Here comes Kirsch. Mullen takes it then. Head of Valgren. dirty tactics by the breakaway there.
So that means Valgren will be in the polka dot jersey.
That does mean that Team Velo Concept take their first jersey and their first point of the race with Michael Valgren. Durbridge then is on the front chasing, and we have a full group, apart from Wino and Icona, and the breakaway. Actually, I say that, and there's another split. Another split, and Bonifacio is behind.
2 splits.
Mareczko as well, bad news for the
Who's in the split
Adria
in front?
Mobile. Oh, we don't know.
The green jersey's behind again.
Dennis again, still not learning.
Stuyven back there.
Vakoc is behind, and that was a Katusha guy who's holding up Pelazzotti. Does that mean something's happened to the leader? Firsanov is also holding back. Bonifacio. They're waiting for Bonifacio. Bad choice, because they have Pinot up front that they need to protect.
15 kilometres to go. Is he going to really be able to make it up to the front?
Oh, Bevan! Bevan's down. First crash
Didn't
the race.
take anyone out with him though. That's quite lucky though.
Bonan's going to try and pace the Czech team back. I don't know who they've lost. I presume it's just Bonan. And this is getting very, very messy. Dennis is back.
Right at the back of the peloton there. It's not a good place to wait. If there's a big fall at the end, towards the end of this race, then he's going to be brought down. Or he's going to be held up anyway. So.
And Nico Roach is getting bottles with 12k to go. Okay. But here we are. We're getting ready. The lead-out trains will be formed very, very soon. And it is Q8 who are right up here at the front, working for Caleb Yu and Quickstep Scott have Brian Coquard. Q-Innovation's team is up here. The French champion is also visible, but with no train at the moment. Quickstep Scott seems to be the best team.
We've seen them on the front the whole day. I mean, like, if Coquard's not positioned well for this sprint, I'll be very surprised.
But Coquard is not in sight. Dupont, and it looks to be the climber there. There he is, on the wheel of Phil Bauhaus, the worst climber in the race. But Coquard, he's well positioned right now, and this, it looks to be a pretty straightforward run into the line. 8 people stuck behind, but no one big, I don't think.
6 kilometers.
I presume it's just Bonifacio. Yes, 6k to go. Degenkolb's right up here in the wheels. We also have Groenewegen just trying to slide in, the former Dutch champion. And now there's just a sudden surge as there's a lull in the action. Valverde is very well positioned.
Who's that going up the right side? It's Ville de Paris.
It's Ville de Paris working for Desmar, and that's the train I was talking about. They form just with 4k to go, and there he slides into the wheel. There comes Quickstep Scott.
Cruz has got in the way of that line.
Oh no, and Q8 has also been blocked, and Laporte is almost letting it go too early.
He's come over to block Quickstep
and
now.
This is very interesting. Quickstep Scott also right up here.
Durbridge blocking his solo.
And there is Dennis. He's finally in a good position.
trying to find a good wheel for himself.
Indeed, and I don't know if it's going to work. He's gone.
He had Ewan, and now he's gone.
It's that final corner. It's so key. Laporte is leading them all out. Groenewegen on the left. There comes Team Sky with Viviani, and they're pushing through Massacciamolo.
It's solo. And on the outside, the BMC rider.
No, he looks to be in solo. No, Degenkolb. It's John Degenkolb who takes it ahead of Arnaud Demar and
Brian Coquard in 13th.
That
poor.
was a messy sprint, but we have a winner, and it's John Degenkolb who wins the first road stage of the race. That will not affect GC, but congratulations to OMG, it's Steven! Congrats, you got your first stage
and there's
win.
Iggy Silver, of course,
Oh,
where he loves to be. But
back.
it says there's a split between the yellow jersey and the green jersey, but I don't know if that's just post
I don't
across
know.
the finish line.
Maybe, but we know PCM.
It may well just be from the sprinters, because it's only 20 in the front group at one point.
Maybe. Pat Bevan coming over soon. He'll be sore. He won't sleep well tonight.
I'm surprised there's only one fallless there, actually. It could have been a lot worse. He could have brought down a few other riders with him. And the way Tony Martin and Rowan Dennis are riding, it would have been a surprise if they hadn't have been taken down, because there's a big bunch.
Yeah, or held up,
Yeah.
to be honest.
I feel like they got lucky today with where they were placing themselves.
A lot of GC guys, well done to them. Buani in 16th though. Cameron, what are you doing?
Valverde just one place behind him.
Yeah, Phil Bauhaus as well in top 10. Doing better than Caleb Ewan, Phil Bauhaus scoring points. Surprising. But that's it then.
There's another bike.
Wiener Anacona still hasn't come over the line. He will make it through before the time cut. But Tony Martin makes it another day in yellow. Into Longwy tomorrow and into France. Here's that sprint again. Watch as at the moment the Sky Rider pulls through. Degenkolb hangs around in the wheels right at the right of the screen and pushes round. Demar boxed in a bit. Maybe if he had more space he could have got at the French champion, but it was just too late. Will, what are your thoughts on that sprint?
I mean, it was a great sprint when you watch it. I think that's going to be one of the closest ones we're going to see. As you see them come across the line, it was so close, it's great. I mean, it was a messy lead up from every team. So to have a sprint that ended up that well was great. I mean, a couple of, like if he had a set off a few metres earlier, Demar would have had that. So
the Cycling Academy rider as well, pushing through, completely boxed out of it. He moves through that. It's Alexander Kristoff, I believe.
Demar overtakes them all within 5 metres of crossing the line. So it's about timing his sprint really, and I'm sure he'll have known that by the end of this stage and will be working on it for the next one.
Indeed. The Czech team as well had a rider up there, don't know who it was. But let's go to the podiums then, because we'll be seeing Michael Valgren in the new polka jersey. Degenkolb takes the win, head of Demar. Ed Turns, Sacha Modolo. Ed Turns in 4th. That's good. No, 3rd, sorry. That's very good actually for Ed Turns. And Team Lotto Yumbo didn't really take notice of him at all.
I swear him, I thought he was the one who was going to cross the line first.
Oh.
I didn't know it was Ed Turns. I saw the Lotto rider in front.
But Martin leads still, and it looks like top 10's the same.
Yeah.
I can't see anything different. Actually, I think maybe Nicky Terpster's out of it. But Dennis then in 2nd, still holds on, and in green, it'll be Degenkolb, I presume. We're going to Valgren though.
What a man.
With Cully de Valgren first, there. Takes the win.
And apparently Jos van Emden in 4th with 5 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty impressive for a mountains classification. But good job to him. He takes it in Liege. We've been here largely for the Liège-Bastogne-Liège.
Oh, there you go, John Degenkolb.
And John Degenkolb there.
See, Alex Kirsch in 5th there.
From the break.
So, I mean, he's just still behind Tony Martin. But, you know, a few more breakaways and he could be pushing himself up there.
Indeed, and look at that all-green kit of BMC. It looks great. But
White jersey.
That's that. Oh, Bob Jungels, yeah, still holds on to it. With Mullen in 2nd. He won in the break, actually, Ryan Mull.
Yeah,
maybe that was an attempt to take white jersey.
But as we said before, it's going to be a long time for Bob Jungels to hang on to that jersey, so it'll be interesting to see if he can do it.
Yeah, the Czech team will have their work cut out. They already threw Alex Kirsch in the break today. But the Czech team, they were visible. Ukraine not so visible. 2 seconds, yeah, still over Team Lotto Yumbo. USA in 3rd, 4th for Cannondale, and 5th for Q8. Good job to them. A lot of late picks there. US, Cannondale, and Q8 all late picks. And BMC as well a late pick, and they get their first stage win. 2nd round pick, John Degenkolb. So that's it then for today's stage. Boom, Degenkolb is today's winner, and indeed he was. Big win for the German. He's won Roubaix before, he's won ALLEZ stages before, but this is probably one of the best ones. He hasn't won one for a while, so a bit of relief there for John Degenkolb. So let's see who was dropped in the end, and who looks to be out of GC right now. It looks like everyone's in it still, but minutes gaps, yeah, the gaps start to form, and it's a lot of sprinters caught out. Castroviejo caught out. It's a big helper for Arcus Scott. No, sorry, for Ville de Paris. Yeah, kind of guys we expected to be dropped off. But that's it then. That's that for today's stage. Thanks for watching. Thanks for commentating, Will.
It's been a pleasure once again.
And we'll see you again tomorrow for stage 3. It's going to be a good one. It's going to be a hill stage up to Longwy. So watch out for that and stay tuned. Thanks for watching. Please like, please subscribe, and ta-ra.